Hi, and welcome to another tutorial video. My name is Edgar Santiago, and in this lab we're going to work with ether channels. Ether channel is a logical bonding of two-way parallel trunks running between two switches. In this lab we got two switches and they're connected between with 4 links. These links are Ethernet speed, so we got 10 megabits of the speed of each one. One of the things that I like of Ether channel is because if we don't have Ether channel right now and we check the spanning tree information about switch W1 show span tree bin 1, we can see that if right now we are on the root bridge, so all the ports are in designated forwarding. That's great. But when we go to the switch 2 and we check show spanning tree bin 1, we see that the Ethernet 00 is the only port that we are allowing to pass the traffic. So Ethernet 00 will handle the VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 because we want to work with that VLANs. The other 3 ports are blocking, and we're wasting right now links, and that's not good. So we want to work with the configuration of these 4 links acting as a trunk link, and also we are to eliminate the unnecessary broadcast because we are going to only forward information from VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. Also, we're going to configure the links to the host as an access port and belong to VLAN 10 for host A and VLAN 20 for host B. So let's get started with this. We're going to start in the switch number 1. The first thing that I had to do is to group those 4 ports to make the configuration as a trunk, so I can use the interface range Ethernet 0/0-3. So with this command we are affecting the 4 ports as at the same time. So because of this is layer 3 switches, we need to designate which type of trunk we're going to work, and in this case is .1Q switchport trunk encapsulation .1Q. Then we can assign that port to acting as a trunk port, switchport mode trunk, I should say. And then I'm going to use this additional command to only accept traffic from VLAN 10 and 20. This is great because we're only allowing 2 VLANs to cross between those switches. Switchport trunk allow VLAN 10 and 20. Then I'm going to create the VLAN 10 and 20 because I don't have it. VLAN 10, VLAN 20. And then I'm going to assign to the interface Ethernet 1.1 acting as a access port. I'm going to assign that port to VLAN 10. Then we're going to do the same for VLAN 20 Ethernet 1/2 on switchport mode access, switchport access VLAN 20, and we're going to do the same for the SW2. Conf T interface range Ethernet /0/0-3 switchport trunk encapsulation .1Q switchport mode trunk switchport trunk allow VLAN 10 and 20. I'm going to create the VLANs VLAN 10, VLAN 20, and interface Ethernet 1.0 switchport mode access switchport access VLAN 10, the last one Ethernet 1/1. Right now, we have the configuration of the trunks, we have the configuration of the access list, and we have VLANs created. Let's check if I have the VLAN correctly assigned to the ports. Right. Also, I was working prior, and I'm gonna have port Ethernet /1, Ethernet 1/2, part of the VLAN 20, but that doesn't matter. So right now, the first step is to configure the port channel. Also, I'm going to turn on the debug for ETHERCHANNEL so we can see the events that happen. And also, I'm going to enable the error so we can see what happened in the background. So one of the things that we need to know about ETHERCHANNEL is that we only can configure one of the two technology we have available on this switch. We got the LACP, which is Link Aggregation Protocol, Control Protocol, and that technology is the standard for IEEE. And also we have the ETHERCHANNEL that Cisco creates, which is Port Aggregation Protocol, and we like to work with that right now. So I'm going to make a ping first to verify if everything's good from one host to another. Prior to this lab, I configured the static IP address on these guys, 192.168.10.11, which is the other host, HA1. And we're going to work with, I'm going to test the B 192.168.20.11, and we have communication across the link Ethernet 00. That's great. So let's go back to SW1, and I need to configure the port channel interface. So interface port channel, and we can use 1 through 64 to identify this port channel. And one thing that I want to point is that we don't have to match this number between the two switches, because this number is logical significant. It doesn't matter if you have 1 in switch W1 and 2 in switch W2. It doesn't matter. So interface port channel 1, and if we configure this switch right now, this port, sorry, we need to specify exactly what we want to allow in this interface. We cannot have a different configuration on this interface and have another configuration on the physical ports. So as you can see before, the Ethernet 00 through 03 are configured in trunk and also are configured to allow only VLAN 10 and 20. So we need to do that. We need to do the same, but this is different because this is a layer 3 switch, so we need to convert that port channel as a layer 2, and the command is this: switch port. That's it. So switch port trunk encapsulation .enqueue switch port mode trunk, and after the last one is switch port trunk allow VLAN 10 and 20, and we're good right now. So if I go into the show ETHERCHANNEL summary, we don't have nothing right now because we don't have the bundle created. And also if we use this command, which is good to troubleshoot, show ETHERCHANNEL port channel, we don't have nothing right now. And that's because we don't have the configuration of the other end. And we can see the messages. One of these messages states that. So we're going to configure the other port. And also, this is nothing right now because we don't configure this port channel to the physical ports. And that's why we don't have nothing. So conft interface range Ethernet 0/0 to 3, and the command is channel group, and we need to specify which channel we're working with, and the channel is port channel 1, so channel group 1, and then we need to specify the mode we want to work with that, and we have 5 flavors. One of the flavors is the active. The active enable the link aggregation control protocol unconditionally, and that's the same with the desirable. The desirable, instead of use LECP, we are going to use PAgP. So we cannot have on switch value 1 LECP and switch value 2 PAgP. That doesn't work, and that is not how it works. So we need to choose one of the two protocols. So in this case, I'm going to use the desirable. So we got a lot of messages right now, back and forth. And as you can see, port is enabled, port aggregation control protocol on Ethernet 00, 01, 02, 03, and that's it. Now, if we go into the same command to verify that, show ETHERCHANNEL summary, we can see that we have the 4 ports bundled in the port channel 1, but we got SD, and those letters significant that have a meaning. And for S is we are running on a layer 2, so we are running a port channel on a layer 2 switch, and the D mean that the port channel is down right now because it not yet bundled with the other end, which is the SW2. So let's go to this guy and configure that port channel. So interface port channel. Let's going to use 2 for this one. Switch port to put this port channel instead of layer 3 into layer 2. Switch port trunk encapsulation.1q. Switch port mode trunk, and switch port trunk allow VLAN 10 and 20. After that, we need to go to the physical interface that we want to assign that port channel, and it's Ethernet 00 interface range Ethernet 00 to 3. So the command is channel group mode channel group 2. You need to specify the number of that per channel, and we use desirable in the other end, and we can use desirable right now, but I'm going to use auto because auto enable PAgP only if a PAgP device is detected. So the other end is indesirable, is running PAgP unconditionally, so with auto it will do the job. So let's find out. Right now we don't have any kind of information in the SW2 because we don't enable the debug command for the ETHERCHANNEL, but we can use the show ETHERCHANNEL, show interface ETHERCHANNEL, show ETHERCHANNEL summary. And we see the same information. We see the protocol we are using is port aggregation protocol, and also we see the U, and the U means that ports are in use. So we need to check that information on switch value 1. and the bundle right now is complete. One of the thing that I want to state right now is that if we go to the short spanning tree VLAN 10, for this case, we can see that those 4 ports, Ethernet 00, 01, 02, 03, are disappeared. And that's because the spanning tree protocols see that those ports as a 1, as a port channel. And also, if you remember for the spanning tree studies, that if we are running Ethernet, by default the cost is 100. And this is true because Ethernet 1.1, which is the host connected to that guy, to HA, the cost is 100. But the cost for spanning tree protocol when we are using port channel is very different, and it's 41. And the cool thing I like to ETHERCHANNEL is if I turn off one of the interface, Ethernet 00, for example, and I shut that guy, and I go back to the, we got a lot of message right now. Look at that, 01, 02, 03, returning to AGP port. So PAgP switch port down, Ethernet 00, and for no. And if we go right now to the short spanning tree, we can see that we don't have to wait the 50 seconds that STP takes to find out if there's a loop in the network, and the cost increased by 47. So conf interface Ethernet 00 now shut down, and we wait, and we use the show span VLAN 10. We can see the cost is 47. It has the same cost, but in the real hardware, because I don't know, because this is a virtual environment and I'm running an iOS based on Linux, but in real environment the cost will rise, but we will have the same. We will not have any kind of losing communication because of the other 3 ports are part of the bundle. So right now we're working with ETHERCHANNEL running PAgP on both ends. We got the port links part of that port channel, and everything's run smooth. Thank you for watching.